Hello, everybody. Hello, fifth graders. Hello, hello. Today, we are beginning our art show piece. You may be wondering, Miss Graves, what is the art show? I've never done the art show before. What is that? So, what it is, if you've gone to school with us in the past, usually the art show was done in the gym, museum style. You come and you view all the beautiful art. It was lovely. It was like a gallery, museum. It was beautiful. This year, since we cannot all gather in one location, what we're gonna do is we're doing a virtual digital gallery of art. So when we do our projects today, because you should have picked up your lovely little packet, which we will talk about in just a moment. We'll talk about the project in just a moment. We're gonna be putting those pictures of y'all's artwork into a little video. It's gonna be playing during lunches here. I'm going to send it out to all the families so we can admire everyone's art. You can look at other people's art, you can look at your own art, you can send that link to people you know and you can show off your art that way. So we're actually reaching like more people this way, which is kind of cool. So I'm excited. New frontiers, new horizons, new technologies in art. Who would have thought? So what we're gonna be doing is you picked up your 5th grade art show kit. Y'all are going to be weaving. You're like, weaving? What? You're gonna be weaving. And so you have everything you need in this packet except for scissors, a pencil, and then some sort of colors. And you do have a choice. I have a finished product right here. Ooh, so one of the choices is a llama. And this llama is super cool. The weaving part is this little blanket on its back. So weaving's a lot easier than people think. We're gonna go over it today. The other option is an elephant. So an elephant is also in here, or you have the option, I gave you enough yarn to do both if you so chose. It'd be a lot of work, but they could be friends. It'd be cool. So get ready, and we are going to be making a little woven creature for the art show. Do your very best job. This should be your best piece of the year. Let's go. Let's begin this project by breaking down what we're gonna need for it. So goodbye, Mr. Llama, goodbye. Okay, so it says here, it's like, provided several things, but you're still gonna need scissors, a pencil, and then something to color with. That's kind of how I added all these little extra details on here. But what is in here is, ooh, keep this piece of tape. This tape is actually here on purpose. So keep that. And I gave you 2 options. They're both in here. So there's an elephant and there is a llama. So llama, I did right here. And since I did the llama for this one, I'm gonna do the elephant this time. All right, so put those to the side. And go ahead and grab your yarn. Yarn. She'll need that in a minute. And the only other thing in this little baggie is the materials page. So, all right, got my yarn. Just getting it a little untangled. Okay, so the first things first, you're just gonna pick which one you wanna do, and we're going to cut it out. We're gonna start preparing for the weaving part of this. So what we're gonna do is when we look at this llama, there's actually these little cuts that we made. That's how the yarn, and it's what the back of it looks like. Who would have thought? We have these little cuts on the top and on the bottom. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little cuts that kind of have to fit between, on the elephant, because the ear is in the way, it's gonna have to fit really between like right here, because when you go straight up, even use like the corner of your bag if that's what you need. Oops, yeah, I was a little off. There we go. Okay, so from here and here. So what I usually do to get 5 and have it pretty even is I do the ones on the outside first. So 1, that's the second one. And then I'll kind of just be like, okay, that's the middle. Not quite. And then let's see, here's the middle. And then one will go here and one will go here. and one will go here, and one will go here. Okay, so I have marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, checking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, checking. Did the outer ones first, then the middle one, and then I just filled in the gaps. That way it's pretty even. Okay, all right, let's clean up this work area a little bit. Then we're just gonna cut a little, what is that, a 1/2 inch cut, little cut, just enough for the yarn to kind of slide in so it doesn't move around on you. There we go, there we go, there we go. And if it's not perfect, like that is definitely not in the middle of that, but it'll be okay. Okay, so we're gonna flip to the back. I'm gonna grab my string. Ooh, make sure there's no knots in it. You're just gonna start on one of the top sides. It doesn't really matter if you start here or here, just whichever side you want. Okay. So I'm gonna put that through. All I did was kind of just lay that in there. And this is where the tape comes in handy. Take a little piece of tape. This is terrible tape, so I just tore it off. This is the back, no one's gonna see it. Tape it down, check. All right, so now flipping back to the front, I'm gonna make the base to our weaving web. So weaving web, our thing. So I'm gonna bring that down, put it there, bring it up to the next. You wanna make it tight, but you don't wanna make it like so tight that it's like bending the poor creature like that. So just as tight as you bring it up, bring it down, and then up, and then down. And then, oop, I might be making it a little tight because it's starting to bend. There we go. If it is a little tight, just kind of give them a bend like that, and it should loosen it back up just that little bit. Here we are. Oh, perfect. And it doesn't go over the ear. Fabulous. Okay. And grab another piece of this tape. Oh my gosh, I got it. It was really stuck on there. I'm gonna peel that up in case I need it. Once you have it up, leave it like a little curled because I don't know what that was. It was really stuck on there. Okay, and then for the other side, you'll have some extra. Go ahead and tape that side. Trim off the extra. Okay, so with the rest of your string, you still have a pretty long piece. It might even be too long. If you're thinking it looks ridiculously long, cut some off, it's not a big deal. So to start weaving, what we're going to do is I'm gonna start on the right top side, and I just need to get this attached. So I'm gonna slide that under, slide it to the top, tie a little knot, just a simple one, like, you know, first part when you tie your tennis shoe. Do that. I might even tie a double knot. I don't think you need to, but just to be safe, a double knot. Ta-da. And then this little short piece here, go ahead and cut that off as close as you can. Perfect. Okay, and weaving. What weaving is it is over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, back, over, under the other way, over, under, over, 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 over. One thing you might find difficult is like this is kind of soft. One thing you can do with some of your extra tape, I found this helped me, having kind of like more of like something to hold on to at the front of it. I might wrap a little tape around this. So I have something to hold, because sometimes just holding the string, like after a while, it just starts like slipping through your fingers. So I'm kind of creating something like a needle. Perfect, like that. Ta-da. All right, and so since I started kind of like on top, because my knot's on top of this one, like that little knot, I'm gonna go under, and then the string goes over. Here, we'll even zoom a little bit. So under, over, under, and then that string is over. And then I'm gonna pull it through. It's a long string, so it gets easier at the end because the string gets shorter. The start is a little much, but it doesn't last long. Okay, so under, over, under, over. So here's the thing. If this is over, this very last one, that means when going back, I'm not gonna go over it, because what happens if I just go over again is that it's basically like I've skipped it. So bring it up to the top, and then I'm gonna go under, and then over, and then under, and over, and under, and pull it through. Oops. There you go. You'll kind of find your way. The first couple lines, there's quite a few strings, you're figuring it out. I'm gonna pull that through. And I don't wanna leave it just like that. I'm gonna push it up a little bit. All right, and then we just continue. I went under on this one this time. So since I'm under, I can actually go over it, and I can go straight into this one. Under, over, under, over. Pull it through. Like I said, you'll kind of find your bearings. Push it up as you go along. Push up. And then from here, I went over, so I'm gonna go under. It kind of becomes something like, you know, you just kind of do it, you know? It's not difficult. You're just kind of sitting there weaving. And this is how usually like machines will do it, but it's kind of like how blankets are made. It's like that's how textiles work. So I went under that time, so I'll go over it this time. It's literally just under, over, under, over. The only thing that people do tend to mess up on is when they try to go backwards. They'll always, sometimes they don't note what the first one is doing. So this one is going over. So that means I can go under on the way back to start it. Lovely. All right, well, I am just gonna continue weaving. Just take your time. This does not take like 5 hours to do. If you really buckle down and do it, it's gonna take 30 minutes. It's not a big deal. So just enjoy it. This is weaving. Now what you're gonna do is, I don't have enough string here, so I'm actually gonna go back a little bit, and then I'm going to end it by tying a little knot like this, just like we did at the start. Once again, I don't think I'll need to double knot that. And then trim off the extra. And it won't go all the way down. It will probably go a little further than mine did. My string was a little shorter, so it should go down to like right here. But even on this llama, there was still kind of some space on the bottom. All right, so to finish this, you might want to research. So I typed in like decorated elephant and like decorated llama, and I had found these lovely pictures of both, and that's kind of how I got the llama. I was like, oh, the things around the neck. I should have done some things around the feet. That would look really nice too. And then for the elephant, kind of like find yourself some inspiration. And now we are just gonna go in with some colors and kind of add on those final details. If you have other materials that would work really well for this and you have an idea, go for it. Otherwise, whatever materials you have, we're gonna get this thing kind of finished up and decorated. I used kind of my reference photo a little bit. Remember, I just searched like decorated elephant or like decorated llama, and that is how I just used colored pencils and a Sharpie. You could use markers if you have crayons. I think on this guy I used Sharpie and markers. So really, whichever works for you. They turn out really nice. So just remember, whenever you are done, take a really nice picture of your project. So that means like if you have all this stuff like all around it, please scoot it out of the way, or maybe even like place it in a well-lit area that looks really nice with a good background, and like zoom in. So that way when you send it in, it is a really beautiful picture of your project, because everyone's going to end up seeing it. So we want a good picture to represent how well you did. So that is about it. I wish you luck. If you have any questions, please just let me know. And I can't wait to see what y'all work on. Have a good one. Good luck, good luck. Bye.